guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evie and today I'll be reading you Daisy and Trouble with Chocolate. So before we get started, I'd like you to click that subscribe button, leave a like if you like videos like this, and comment down below what you would like to see next. So with all of that being said, let's get started. So here's the book, so let's open it up. Here it is, so let's start. Chapter 1. Trouble with chocolate is chocolate. If chocolate wasn't so chocolatey, I would never have got into so much trouble over Easter. I mean, why do people even do chocolate Easter eggs at Easter? Before Easter comes along, I'm quite happy eating strawberry dip dab lollies and crunchy cream biscuits. Neither of those has even got the teensiest bit of chocolate in them at all. They don't even say chocolate on the wrapper. If you ask me, the more children make chocolate, the more people make chocolate, the more children want to eat chocolate, especially at Easter, and double especially if they let children into a place where chocolate is actually made. The places where chocolate is made should be absolutely closed to children if you ask me, but they're not. They are wide open, especially if your mum has a special Easter voucher to go to Chocolate Land, and triple especially if your neighbour knows someone who actually works there, which isn't my fault. Chapter 2. I wasn't even thinking about chocolate when my school broke up for this Easter holidays. All I was thinking about was Pickle and Pops. Pickle and Pops are our class hamsters. They've been living in our classroom since half term. When Mrs. Peters told us that we were getting real live hamsters to live in our classroom, I nearly fell off my chair. I was so excited. As soon as she brought them to show us, I asked if they could live in my desk, but she said no. Mrs. Peters said that school desks were really no places for hamsters, which isn't true because my desk is full of places that hamsters would really like, especially inside my pencil case, once I'd emptied out my pencils and pens. Mrs. Peters says that pencil cases were made for pens to live in, not hamsters. And even that if I rolled my exercise books into tunnels, I would spend an extra hour after school flattening the pages out again. So the hamsters have to live on top of the stationery cupboard instead. The trouble with stationery cupboards is the one in our class is right at the back of the room. Which means if I want to see what Pickle and Pops are doing, I need to turn my head all the way around. And even then it's not so easy to see inside their cage because Tamsin, Chance and Letita Sparks' heads are always in the way. Tamsin, Chance and Letita Sparks are the luckiest children in our class because their desk is closest to the hamster cage. They still have to turn their heads to see them though. The trouble with turning your head round in class is Miss Peters doesn't like it, especially if she is teaching you lessons at the same time. During lessons, Mrs. Peters says everyone has to face the whiteboard, not the hamsters, which is silly really because hamsters are far more interesting than lessons. When I asked if the hamster cage could go by the whiteboard, Mrs. Peters said no. Plus, if I said one more word about hamsters or cages, then I could go to my whiteboard myself. So I don't really turn my head round in class anymore, unless Jack Beachwhistle is pinging rubber bands at me, or it's my turn to be hamster guardian of the day. Every day during term time, we take it in turns to be Hamster Guardian of the Day. Hamster Guardian of the Day is the day I look forward to the most because it means you are totally in charge of Pickle and Pops from the moment the school bell rings in the morning and the moment you have to go home. There's a nice picture. It is so brilliant. The moment Mrs. Peters has finished calling the register, you get to feed them. Plus, if your turn comes on Friday, you get to clean out their cage too. The trouble with feeding hamsters is you can't just give them any old food. You have to give them exactly the right things, otherwise they'll turn into guinea pigs. Every day, Pickle and Pops need fresh water in their water bottle, plus a tablespoon of normal hamster food each, plus a piece of fruit. Pickle likes apple, Pops prefers blueberries. Or if there isn't any fruit, you can give them something like a carrot, cauliflower or green beans, but don't cook them, they prefer them raw. The trouble with cleaning out Pickle and Pop's cage is you have to wait till lunchtime break to do it, because cleaning takes loads more time than feeding, especially the way I do it. If I had to choose between feeding Pickle and Pops and cleaning them out, I'd choose cleaning them out, because then I get to count how many poos they've done in a week. Hamster poos are really cute and really tiny, about the size of a fairy poo, I reckon. Plus, hamsters do loads. The most hamster poos I've counted in 1 week is 707. Second is 697. Barry Morley has done the sums for me, and he says that on average, Pickle and Pops do over 50 poos a day, each. How amazing is that? Imagine going to the loo 50 times a day. Imagine how many loo rolls you would need, and how many lessons you would miss. Hamsters don't use loo rolls, by the way. They just do it their business on the floor in the sawdust. They even poo in their bed. I never poo in my bed, not unless I've eaten a half-sucked strawberry dip that I picked up off the road that was covered in germs, but that's a different story. When Mrs. Peters asked me if I would like to be hamster guardian of the Easter holiday, I couldn't believe my ears. Me, Daisy Butters, the first person ever in our class to go home to look after Pickle and Pops at home. I don't think Pickle and Pops could believe their ears either, because when I looked into their cage, both of them were wide awake. I don't know if you know, but hamsters do loads of sleeping during the day, so they must have been really pleased to hear that they were going home with me. There's a nice picture there. I think Mrs. Peters chose me because I'm always volunteering to do extra hamster work during break time and after school. Plus, she knows I don't have an actual pet of my own at home. When I told Gabby, I thought she might be a bit jealous, but Gabby had a pet called Satan at home. The trouble with pets called Satan is they eat hamsters, or at least they would if they got a chance. So there is no way she'd want to look after Pickle at home. I did though. All I had to do was persuade my mum. Chapter 3. As soon as the bell for morning break went that Thursday, Gabby and me ran out into the playground to read the special letter that Mrs. Peters had given me to take home to my mum. It said, "Dear Mrs. Butters, a part of a new and exciting initiative to increase your child's awareness of the natural world, our class has welcomed 2 hamsters into its fold. Pickle and Pops are firm favourites with the children, but will be looking for a home outside of school for the duration of the Easter holidays. Can you help? Would you and your child be willing to and able to look after 2 lovable hamsters, returning them safely to the school after the holiday? If so, please tick each of the boxes below accordingly, sign and then return to the school office." Yes, my child and I would be delighted to look after Pickle and Pops. My child and I have no known allergy to hamsters. My child and I have no known allergy to standard hamster food or sawdust. My child and I have no known allergy to fruit and vegetables. We accept full responsibility for any discomfort that may occur as direct or indirect result of lifting hamster cage. We accept full responsibility for any disorientation, dizziness and or any other side effects that may be caused by the hamster wheel. Signature of parent, and undertake to pay for any veterinary attention that may be needed to be said over the period of hamster care. It took me and Gabby nearly the whole of morning break to read the letter. We understood the Dear Mrs. Butters bit, but got really confused by all the rest. What if your mum gets confused too? Asked Gabby. What if she gets so confused by the letter she won't sign the form? I'm going to put ticks in all the boxes and sign it for her, I said, getting my pencil case out of my school bag. The trouble with filling in a form for your mum is you have to make it look like your mum has done all the filling in. So that is it for today's reading. So I'm just going to fold the corner here. Yeah. I'll see you next time reading Daisy and the Trouble with Chocolate. And you can get this book from Amazon. And, well, bye guys. Thanks for watching. Please remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.